Hey, this is ADV Trust, and we're doing something a little different. We're heading down to Disneyland. While this isn't necessarily an overlanding adventure, this is definitely an urban adventure. And what I'd like to cover is basically what you need to know as a real person taking your first trip to Disneyland. So some of you may have gathered from my other videos, I'm totally into history. I'm really into, how things came about. And for a trip to Disneyland, I was really interested in like the opening day park rides, the vision behind it, and then the changes that occurred through the years. Now we had 3 days to enjoy the park, and I had done some research before to really kind of focus in on the things that we wanted to see. Through that online research and our actual experience, I'm going to share with you kind of my key takeaways and really what I think will help you get the most out of the park for your time there. Number one is going to be the Disneyland app. You're not going to be able to do very much at all unless you have the app. The app is going to let you order food, book tours, see what wait times are at various rides, navigate around the park with their online map, be able to order mobile food, be able to see when events are happening, like the parades, like the fireworks. So download and become very familiar with the app. Also, if there's multiple people in your party, you can all kind of link and share through the app. So it becomes a very useful tool to get the most enjoyment out of the park. And identify somebody in your party to be the navigator. They're the person that knows how to use the map, identify, ride times, if you're looking for characters, if you want to know what attractions are available, that they can, like you're overlanding, right? Like they can go into the map, they can figure out where you are and the best route to get you to where you want to be. The reason I say this is don't underestimate the amount of walking you're going to be doing. And I honestly think if this is your first time going to Disneyland, don't even bother going to Disney California Adventure. So unless there's something that you really have to see in DCA, save the money, save the walking distance, and really just get the full Disneyland experience. I mean, we honestly thought we were going to see everything in Disneyland in like a day, and that was not the case. We started at rope drop in the morning and we're either walking or on our feet the entire day. The other thing I want to highlight is be sure you have a plan. Like, what are certain things that you want to see? What are things important to you? But be flexible with it, because like some of the charming rides may have low wait times, so you may want to go over to see them. Or you may kind of get immersed in an area and you want to start picking up all the detail. I know my husband really liked Galaxy's Edge. I really liked Fantasyland. So we spent a lot of time going through these areas and then going through these areas the following day to pick up on details and features that we didn't catch the first time through. So remain super flexible to your plans as you immerse yourself in the park. I say this because we weren't planning to view the fireworks, really. We weren't planning to view the parade, but both are wonderful, and I would recommend seeing them if you're there. And if you're lucky enough to get a Plaza Inn dining package that has the parade viewing, take advantage of it. It takes a lot of the hassle out of viewing the parade, and you really get a great view. One of the things I'm going to highlight that you must do if you're a foodie, if you want to have a sit-down meal, is pre-make your dining reservations. The Plaza Inn, Cafe Orleans, Carthay, which is over in DCA, Storytellers Cafe, Napa Rose, any of the dining options within the park, because trying to get food through the mobile ordering is not going to work out the way you think. So you get hungry and you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to mobile order some food. But guess what? The pickup time for your mobile order isn't like for 2 hours. And some of the locations, like we had, like a quick breakfast at the Tavern Rose, it was okay, but expensive. So take your time and make sure you make reservations, especially if you want to have a sit-down meal. And places like I would go back to Napa Rose, yes, it's pricey, but the food was really good and the service was great. Cafe Orleans, I could eat there a couple times. And actually, the Plaza Inn and the Carnation Cafe are really good locations. So do your due diligence and pre-book those reservations. And you can always cancel them, if you have a change of heart. Or the other thing I'm going to recommend is that you, like right now, they're having their Festival of the Holidays. So they have some unique, snack items, mostly sweet. But grab some of those and put them in your backpack, because you may find, later in the day or when you get back to your hotel, those snacks. So one of the questions you might have is, should you stay on site, like the Pixar, Disneyland Hotel, Grand Californian, or, stay off site? I would say if your budget can accommodate it, staying on site and staying at the Grand Californian is awesome. It's a great hotel. But no, if you're going into the park, you're going to be in the park all day. So you're not going to be able to really enjoy a lot of the amenities that the hotel has to offer. So in us talking about it in retrospect, our plan then is really, if we were staying on site again, it would be the Disney Grand Californian, and we would plan one day where we could just enjoy the pool and enjoy the hotel amenities. But definitely not a problem to stay off-site, and way cheaper. Plus, there's shuttles that come into the park, so there's no kind of question really around transportation. And lastly, do a little research and learn about some of the hidden Easter eggs at Disneyland. Whether it's the Lily Bell car, the different cars, the lands in Disneyland, the rides. I mean, one of the things we learned about was like with the sailing ship Columbia, it's an actual replica built at a boat building yard. I mean, some of this detail in this park is absolutely amazing. And I think what you'll find is if you do some of this, you're going to want to go back to areas to like, hey, we didn't do the Columbia, let's go do it. Or, hey, if the Mark Twain's running, going and seeing the Mark Twain. And even with the 3 days just focused on Disneyland, we still didn't see all of it. We didn't make it to Toontown, which, is going to be on the books for next year. So as always, I hope this information's been helpful for you. Plan your trip, have a great time out there. There's tons to see. You're going to be enchanted. And even during peak busy times, we were still able to get on all the rides we wanted. Definitely use Genie Plus. Master that Disneyland app and have an awesome adventure. So until next time, this is ADV Trust out, and I hope to see you down the trail.